Hey guys, today we are looking at this stainless steel toothbrush holder from the brand OXO Good Grips. This brand makes a lot of great stuff for your home, for your bathroom, for your kitchen. I was excited to try this out, but it does have some distinct pros and cons to it, which I want to go over with you today to help you decide if this is right for you. Looking at it, the first thing you're going to notice is this is actually pretty big. This is almost 10 inches tall, so it is going to be very noticeable on your sink. It's not going to blend in. But on the other hand, it has a nice, clean stainless steel look to it. However, I almost think it looks a little bit like a mini trash can or a toilet brush holder. So I'm not like a huge fan of the aesthetics of it. But what I do love is the practicality behind it. Let's just open it up and show you that this is meant to protect your toothbrushes from spray from the toilet, from people washing their hands, etc. Keep them nice and clean. It is very well ventilated. You can see both up there and down at the bottom. Very well ventilated so that you don't have to worry that you're covering up your toothbrushes. They're still getting airflow to keep them sanitary. It is easy to wash. This entire middle piece does come out and can pop right in your dishwasher, and it keeps your toothbrushes nice and upright. You can see those silicone pieces in there, which will help keep your toothbrush perfectly aligned. But that takes us to one of the cons to it. If your toothbrush isn't perfectly aligned, if it sticks out, now your lid can't shut. So if your toothbrush is right, you have to make sure everybody else's toothbrush is right in there. If one person's is slightly off, all of a sudden it may not shut well. So it has to be perfectly aligned, is con number one. The other thing is if you're not careful and putting support on it at the bottom, when you flip this over, this lid is top heavy, that it'll just knock the whole thing over and then your toothbrushes go flying. So that's not necessarily good. I don't love how heavy that lid is. I'm not sure why that's like this. A good thing is it's good for up to 5 people in here. Probably 4 is the best because this doesn't have the silicone pieces, but you could get away with it. That's really meant for toothpaste or something else. But 4 to 5 people can use this comfortably, which is great for larger families. And it doesn't take up a lot of space as far as length and width. It's just the height that does take up a lot of space. The other thing I don't like is it's not really good for anything other than brushes. You have one little spot for maybe a toothpaste in there if it'll fit. But you might need another spot for some of your other things. For example, I have a tongue scraper. Where would I put that? It's obviously not gonna work like that. So there's really no spot for that. Overall, there's some distinct pros and cons to this. Really the number one thing is going to be whether you like this style or not. But I do love the fact that it has a lid to protect your toothbrushes from a lot of those nasty things that can get on them in the bathroom. So if you're thinking about it, give it a shot. I don't hate it. I definitely think it has some practicality as long as you're aware of a few of those cons.